speaking of AI, what a transition, bro.
Paid ads.
Whoa, I'm
So you
so
know when you're scrolling through your feed and you see sponsored and you
yes.
see milk run.
Wait, actually, sorry.
Buy these grocery products.
Yeah.
Install the app now.
Yeah. For just before that, I feel like you should tell people what you do for a job, just because this would like give you more credit or like more authority.
Yeah, so to establish my authority,
Yeah.
I'm a media specialist here at Taz. So
Yes.
I run the paid ads. So I'm basically good at nothing else.
No, you're good at podcasting. Podcast host coming soon.
Yeah, so I use like meta ads and stuff. So that's what delivers those ads on
Yeah.
Instagram. And I've been noticing this trend recently with a lot of these big corporations that run these ad managers like Meta and Google.
Yeah.
Is that they're moving towards more AI, I guess, features or algorithms.
Now, when you say that, what do you mean by AI? Like, what do you mean AI within
it's
ads?
like automated, or you'll give the platform more control over what you're providing.
the performance of the ad.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you'll let it generate,
Yeah.
right? AI generate you the text that
Yeah.
can show up on the ad.
The copy.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
copy.
Okay.
And you can let it. There's this thing that came out a couple months ago that, so if you have an image of a product with like a white background,
Yeah.
you can give it like an auto generate the backgrounds.
Okay.
So it could be like the sea.
And
or,
is
like,
this using
desert.
the ad manager?
Yeah, that's within
platforms?
the ad manager where you buy the
Damn.
ads in.
Damn.
Yeah.
So you can do that on Meta.
And I've never done. I always skip it. I'm
Yeah.
like, bro,
Nope.
if this client sees their product with like I don't know, like a desert or
Yeah.
New York in the background,
Yeah.
like I don't know, but
is there a rise in people using that? And can you tell that that is being used?
yeah, there are people using it, and Meta like under all of their like features,
Yeah.
they always have like a sentence saying it's why it's better.
Yeah.
It's like if you use this like add-on AI music,
Yeah.
Or royalty-free music that AI would choose for your product, you have like 5% more people watch your video,
Yeah.
or something.
Do you believe that?
Well, I
Like
mean,
those
they
stats
want
that-
you to use it. They're just
Yeah.
trying to convince you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's hard to say. I mean, probably it does, but if the trade-off of having 5% more people watch a video versus
Yeah.
20% of people going, like, what is this music? Like, and then they just swipe off anyways. Like, they still watch for the same amount of time, but
Yeah.
they'll be thinking, why is this random royalty-free music playing over my favorite product?
So do you think that like this like huge surge of AI, I guess within all industries, but I guess also like within paid media, does that make your job easier or harder?
Ooh, it makes some parts easier.
Yeah.
But I think what it does, it really exposes like bad marketing.
Okay.
So
Break that down.
So basically, within the ad platform, you give the AI more control, which
Yep.
means the buyer has less control themselves, which
Yep.
means you have to adapt and become better at other things which drive results.
Yep.
So what is that? It's creative.
Mhm.
So it's actually planning out the ads that are going to show up,
Yep.
and like how you're going to test them.
Yep.
And then figuring out which messaging works the best
Yeah.
for your ads.
Mhm.
So, because what would previously happen is you'd have to make like a very complicated structure telling Meta exactly who to target,
Yeah.
when to hit them. You have retargeting campaigns,
Mhm.
and you'd really focus on your campaign structure to drive results. But now with the AI algorithms, you can target everyone,
Okay.
everyone in the country.
Yeah.
And the algorithm real time will find who's the most likely to buy your product
And it just
or watch your videos.
it retargets that.
And it
to
will
that.
send it to that small circle of people that are
Okay.
likely to make the action.
Yeah. Now, does that cost more?
No.
It's the same cost.
To target everyone, it's the same cost, but
Yeah.
to get those individual people,
Yeah.
or like that group of people,
Yeah.
they have different costs to reach those different groups
Yeah.
of people. So you don't really know how much it's going to cost until you find your audience.
Yeah.
And then just you look at past campaigns to see how much
Yeah.
it costs to reach them.
As a person that does work with these like ad manager platforms, you said Meta, Google, are those the two main
TikTok
ones?
ads, there's
TikTok ads.
Reddit ads.
Yeah.
There's all the ads.
On that, do you like the direction that AI is taking these platforms in, or would you rather just like stop and revert back to how it was, like let's say like 3-4 years ago?
I love it. It makes
Yeah.
It makes my job more enjoyable at
Yeah.
least because I like making like briefing and creative, like telling people
Yeah.
what to make, and then you get to look at the data and you go, oh, that worked. That like messaging worked. Like when
Yeah.
I mentioned their mum like really liked this product,
Yeah. Yeah.
like
Fair enough. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. Um, just real quick before I let you go, I would like to ask you what are like your top green flags and red flags within paid media, paid ads.
red flag.
Yeah, like what's something that you see and be like, I can tell this is this guy's first time running ads.
Probably having like interest targeting, or I don't. They might have removed that now, but it's like narrowing your audience
Yeah.
for a performance campaign. So like when you're optimizing for people selling or buying your product or booking your service,
Hmm.
and having a really narrow audience and like telling the algorithm what to do.
Yeah.
Whereas broad audience is what you'd want to do.
That's interesting. What is the thinking behind that? So the idea is that if you target wider people,
It gives the algorithm more control so they can find your audience. As if you tell it your audience, you could be wrong. You could be missing a segment of your
and by
audience.
telling the audience, you mean just like is this strictly demographic or their
Or you like
interests
write
or
down interest targeting so you can go like, I want people that like pages on Facebook to do with football.
yeah.
And then you can like narrow it down and they also have to be a
Yeah.
mum.
Yeah.
So I want football mums.
Yeah. And so that
Whereas
excludes everybody
yeah,
else,
so
I'd
if
say.
you're selling like football boots for your
Yeah.
son, whereas if you just had like your 8-year-old son who wouldn't buy the boots themselves.
Yeah.
Whereas if you just had broad, the Meta would find football mums or even
Yeah.
I don't know anyone that wants to buy
Yeah.
8-year-old
Yeah.
football
Yeah.
boots
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Okay.
as long as it sells.
Yeah.
And then my green flag would be like a clear testing campaign.
Okay.
So like I said, they
What does
took
that mean? Sorry, treat me like I'm a 5-year-old.
so when you're testing new creative or like
Yeah.
content, um, like I said, there's less complicated structure, so there's more time to do other things.
Okay.
So what you would be testing is those new creative to put into the main campaign, which is driving those results. Like
Yeah.
that's the so you just want to test new messaging angles, or you can
Mhm.
test different formats like
Yeah.
video versus static.
On that, just one last thing. Actually, this is actually the last thing. Um, are there any like if I'm new to this space, paid ads and stuff, what are like the top two, top three ad? Yeah, what's the top three ad campaigns that you've ever seen? Like, is there who's the goat of ad campaigns?
The goat of ad
Yeah,
campaigns.
is there
Or
something that comes to mind right away?
I mean, I can think of my own, but like I don't know. It's hard to see without knowing the data
Yeah,
of the campaigns.
because how do you measure that success?
It's just more like you'd see an ad you liked.
Yeah,
It's like something you're like, wow, that was good.
yeah,
The thing is,
uh,
I see thousands of ads every day, so I
yeah,
just can't pull out one. There's like definitely top performing like concepts
yeah.
that like a lot of different people use.
And could you how do you figure that out if you're not on the internal side of things?
You
Like,
go to Meta Ads Library,
okay,
just search up Meta Ads Library,
yep,
and then you can filter by all, and then you can just search up your competitor and see
yep.
what ads they're running, or search up just anyone who sells something similar to you.
And does that show you the stats of the ads and how they perform?
No,
No.
unfortunately not. It
Yeah,
shows you. I think on TikTok it shows you like the impressions it has, but
yeah,
not how much
yeah,
um like has been spent, how much results it's
yeah.
gotten. But you can generally see what's better by like what's been running longer.
Oh yeah,
So
okay,
like if a competitor's been running an ad for 8 months, they would have turned it off if it was bad.
yeah,
Like they've got it going, so it's
yeah,
crushing. Like it's doing something
yeah.
well.
Unless they're dumb and like actively
They just
bleeding
forgot
the
about.
budget, they're just
They just forgot they're spending thousands of
yeah.
dollars on it a
It's
month.
a monthly retainer of like $3,000. They just like keep bleeding the company.